Guys, welcome back to MATHit School. In today's video, I'm going to solve the absolute value equation and go over how to solve for the unknown variable in an absolute value equation that looks like this. So your unknown variable will probably be in the absolute value expression like this, and you're going to be required to solve for the unknown variable that's situated within this absolute value sign. Now there's a tip and trick involved in solving for the unknown in absolute value equations, so if you want to find out what it is, then stay tuned and I will reveal what that trick is. And meanwhile, if you know how to solve this problem or if you want to test yourself, you can pause this video at this point, solve this problem yourself, and figure out what y is, and then you can post your answers in the comment section down below. Now, for those of you who just want to watch me solve this step by step, you can just stay tuned because I'm going to get started right now. So let's grab a pen and paper. Let's go. So this is a little cheat sheet or tips and tricks page that I have prepared for you, and it basically illustrates how you should approach an absolute value equation from the beginning. So if you have an unknown like this within absolute value bracket, and that's equal to something, well, first thing that you have to do is you have to isolate this unknown variable that's within the absolute value sign. So you are going to have to first isolate the absolute value expression. That's first step, and you set that equal to something. So you put all the rest of other expressions and numbers on the other side of the equation, and on one side of the equation you just have the absolute value expression. Once you set that equal to something, what you do next is you set the unknown variable within the absolute value sign equal to a or minus a. So for example, if I have, absolute value of x is equal to 3a plus 2, then I can remove this absolute value bracket and instead set x equal to 3a plus 2 and also equal to negative 3a plus 2. So you can solve for both equations. So you are going to solve this equation and solve for x, and you're going to also solve for x in the second equation that's right here. So consequently, you'll have two values of x in this case, and both will be your final answers. Now, the best way to learn how to do this is to practice with real problems, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now I have absolute value of 3y minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 10. So first step is to isolate the absolute value expression. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to isolate this and put all the rest of the expressions or numbers on the other side of the equation. So absolute value of 3y minus 2 remains on the left side, and I'm just going to send 2 to the other side of the equation. So 10 minus 2, which is 8. So instead of saying 10 minus 2, let's just say 8. Now it's much simpler, and the next step is, since we have already isolated the absolute value, you're going to set whatever is in the absolute value sign equal to, if it's equal to a, set it equal to a and minus a. So I'm going to set 3y minus 2 equal to 8, and also I'm going to set 3y minus 2 equal to negative 8, and solve for y in both scenarios. So third step would be solve for the unknown value. So I'm going to solve for y from the equation that I have on the left first. I have 3y. I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and that means I have 3y is equal to 10. And if I divide both sides with 3, I get y is equal to 10 over 3. That's one y down. I'm going to box it and move on to my next equation. I have 3y minus 2 is equal to negative 2, and I'm going to try to isolate the y variable by adding 2 to both sides of the equation. Then I get 3y is equal to negative 6, and if I divide both sides with coefficient of y, I can finally say that y is equal to negative 2. So that's another part of my answer. So in short, I can just present my final answer as y is equal to 10 over 3 and 2. So that's going to be my final answer. So as long as you follow these 3 steps, you will be able to successfully solve for the unknown in an absolute value equation. You just make sure to isolate the absolute value equation first, and then whatever is in the absolute value expression, you set it equal to something, and that expression or number, probably expression, is equal to a and negative a. So as long as you set that equal to a and negative a, you'll be able to solve for the unknown in both equations. In most cases, you'll end up with 2 answers for the unknown. Alright, this is it for today's video. I hope this video helped. Always remember this little cheat sheet or trick when it comes to solving absolute value equations, and you'll be fine with most absolute value equations problems. I hope this video helped, and if it did, please go ahead and like this video and also consider subscribing to my channel. I'll come back with more helpful videos later on. Bye!